Well, hello, listeners of the She Will Rock You cinematic audio universe. I don't know if that's a thing yet. We do now.
This is news to me.
It.
All right. Buckle up, guys.
Okay, so the buckle up, exactly. So we have, as we say every week, you guys are used to it, but we're going to keep saying it until you believe it. We have another awesome artist with us. This band is called Tarah Who. Since I love these. I love their music so much. But even talking to them has been such a joy. They have some really cool, like, music suggestions you'll hear throughout the podcast. And they have some really cool just ideas that we talk about Grammys. We talk about a little bit of the Riot Girl movement. It is a treat. So you don't want to hear me. You want to hear Tarah Who. So let's get into it. I am Beth Ann.
And I'm Leah.
And this is She Will Rock You. Where are they getting a dub in a CBS executive meeting?
No. Bitch, don't touch my thermostat.
The ghost be like, hold up, before I haunt you, let me turn down the thermostat. Who is this band?
We're on page 1, guys. This is She Will Rock You.
All right. Well, today we are with Tarah and Coralie from Tarah Who. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're just so excited to talk with you. So I have to start this introductory question this way because I'm not going to lie. We have this thing on the podcast called The Site. Me and Leah have this weird thing where we have a dream and it's like weird how they line up. So this is one of those examples. I had a dream and I was having this interview and I asked this question. So I feel like I have to ask it. Who is Tarah Who? I apologize. This is what my dreams do to me, and I feel compulsed to actually do it. So there you go.
Well, Tarah Who is a duo, and the reason why it's named this is because when I started the project, I actually was just looking for a band name, and I'm the worst at looking for band names, and I was just like, Tarah Who, and we'll change it after those few gigs that we have. And then I just never changed it. So
love it.
To me, it's not relevant. Like, you can have like Agenda can be a band name. And if the music is cool enough and the marketing behind it is good, it becomes like, do you know Agenda? You know what I mean? Like it's a Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, come on. You know,
I feel that. There was another band at one point, Leah, that it was a research thing, and that's kind of a similar story where they just kind of chose a name, but it just worked. Stuck. And you're right. It's about the music at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Tarah Who works as a band name. I'm just saying that I was just too lazy to change. Yeah, okay.
No, I'm for it. Hey, like I said, music comes first. A name is just a name. And so how long have you guys been doing music together?
Well, it's gonna be 5 years in June. Actually,
awesome.
That I joined the band. Yeah,
that's awesome. So, what's the story of you guys meeting to do music?
So, actually, we met on Facebook. Actually,
nice.
Yeah. We had some friends in common from Paris. And I just sent a message to Tarah when I know that I was coming to LA to study at the Musician Institute. And I was like, hey, I'm going to come and study in LA. Do you have like any tips for me for like the music scene or how to live in LA and stuff like that? And after, I think, a couple of months, she sent me a message and said like, hey, are you interested to come to our release party for our new EP? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I went, and after she was like, oh, actually, I'm kind of looking for a new drummer if you're interested. So that's kind of how we kind of met. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's really cool. Well, I'm really curious about your influences because while I was listening, it for me, like it really like brings me back to like the riot girl movement of the 90s. Like I love, yes, okay, I nailed it. So, but that's what I pick up from it, which I consider just one of the best compliments I feel like I can give a band, because I have so much respect for the riot girl movement. But let's not take it from me. I'm curious, what would you guys say is your influence?
So it's actually funny because I'm currently writing a paper about the riot girl movement.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just like, wow. Okay. So it is in a way, I wouldn't say musically riot girl, right? Because you know, but I think for the themes of the songs, I definitely 200% agree. My main influences, well, that one over there, as far as that. And then that was when I was like a teenager, and keep in mind we're both French, so English is our second language. So when I started like understanding lyrics and so I was always attracted to English speaking music. So whether it was Australian, UK, or US or whatever, I didn't really know. It was just that compared to any French music. And then what hit me with Alanis was when I started understanding English, and I was like, oh, I can relate to that, because it was autobiographical, and it was not like those metaphors that I didn't understand or whatever. And I was like, you know, woman to woman. And I think, you know, especially when you talk about riot girl movement, you know, like woman to woman, you can relate to certain things. But then I listened to the Distillers and Garbage and Rage Against the Machine, Pantera, Tool. So that was more my kind of music. And I think that Tarah Who comes from all of those bands that I used to listen to. Like I don't do like solos and stuff like that on the guitar. It's not really my thing. I just like noise on the guitar, like you know, like that, you know?
Definitely. No, I can definitely see that. Like musically, what you were saying, that Pantera, Red Hot Chili, like I can definitely hear that. But yeah, lyrically, when I was listening, I'm like, and just like that attitude that comes through the music, I'm like, this reminds me 7-Year Bitch. Like it was awesome. So your album dropped in 2021, correct?
Yes. September.
Awesome. Supposedly a man. Now, did you have any like goals set out for the album?
As in numbers?
No, that's like maybe themes, or this is like musically what we want to accomplish.
Not really. Like the thing is, I write really like emotions and feelings that I feel, and it's really so if you start listening to Tarah Who when I first started in 2006, when I was like a baby, you know, I just had different issues and problems and insecurities, and then that's what every album is about, like finding myself musically. And that's why you can see all the different, you know, it's all rock but just different, you know, and then lyrically too, because I'm just going through different things and emotions in life just as any woman, you know, and that's the difference. I think the evolution in the music, like that's why like it's so interesting, because when you hear sometimes just listeners saying like, I don't like this band anymore because their music is different. Yeah, but do you know what they're going through right now? You know, like outside of like record labels and stuff like that, and pleasing to the record labels, like just listen to the story, you know, behind the music and behind the life of the artist, you know. And I think that's our evolution. Did I go somewhere else? Sorry, no. My dog is playing, and at the same time I'm listening like, don't eat the cables, you know.
I understand. There have been times we've done interviews and my dog is doing something. She'll like chew on her foot. Leah has witnessed it. Yeah. And it's just like, what are you, like, stop.
Or she'll stand on our audio box and we're recording episodes and I'm like, what are you doing?
But it's all good. We're a pet friendly podcast here at She Will Rock You.
That's good. I have 4 dogs, 1 cat. She has 3 guinea pigs and 2 cats. So
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 2 dogs in the Tarpley household, and I'm surprised they haven't howled yet. So we'll consider that a good thing. But yeah, going back to the album, yeah, I could definitely see it like almost being this like journey of emotions, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm curious though, and this is a hard question for artists, but I'm going to ask it anyway. If you had to show someone one song that makes them realize, fuck yeah, this is Tarah Who, which song would it be off that album?
Of that album. Mm.
It's a hard question.
The one that just came out, right?
Yeah, supposedly a man.
What are the songs?
I do the same thing.
I kind of like a Pentomath.
That's true. I'm in between Pentomath and Manners.
Mm.
Pentomath because the anger is still very much inside of me. And Manners is really because that's what I want to do with my music, with our music, is, influence people, but in the right way. Manners is about like, okay, you can have manners, but do you love each other? And that's what that song is about. And that's one of the reasons that I'm very social. I love people, and I don't understand hatred, especially when you don't know each other and everyone has, so that's what manners is about. So in a way for Tarah Who, I would say, because Tarah comes from Buddhism too. Mm-hmm. So manners for who we are as people. Pentomath is just because all of this bullshit pisses me off,
Understandable. Yeah. I love those selections. Those are good choices. But let's also talk about, because you guys just dropped a new music video for Push Me. May I just say A++++
Yes.
for the music video and song. I mean, the song is great. I love this music video so much because I love when music and videos just flow so perfectly together.
Cool.
So kudos to you guys. And so walk me through a little bit of like the story behind the song and video.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
The song is about, first of all, our friends from the UK, the band is named Your Mum.
I love that.
Best band name ever.
So we started touring together. They've come to the US and we went to the UK. We did a European tour together, blah, blah. And then I was like, I really want to do something meaningful with them because, we're both independent and we have different strategies with putting our music out there. And I kind of wanted to combine both of our efforts and show that we can be two independent bands and not being in competition, but rather working together. Because if you feel in competition and if you feel insecure, that's really just on you because no one's competing. And another thing was after actually listening to The Jump on Spotify with Shirley Manson, mm-hmm. she said one thing that really, really bothered me. She was, I forget who she was interviewing, but she said, where are the women in music? Where are the women in rock? So when you're a woman in music and in rock and you're listening, you're like, oh yeah, Shirley Manson, and you hear that, your blood gets really hot really fast, So I kind of wanted to, we got in contact with Your Mom and we're like, let's just write something together. And we came up with that song. And then also what inspired me was watching the Grammys. I was watching the whole thing live, and at the end of fucking 3 hours of my fucking time, I'm like, wait, where's the rock category? What just happened? So then I Googled it and there were winners: Fiona Apple, Brittany Howard, you know, and but they totally skipped it. They skipped the performances, they skipped the winners, they skipped everything. So I understand television and stuff like that, but it's just, come on, rock.
Yeah. We often talk about on this podcast our distaste for the Grammys and just how, yeah. So I understand that sentiment, especially towards rock. You know, I feel like I've stopped judging music based off of what Grammys and that side says, because it's not valid in my opinion.
For sure, 100%. But the thing is, you know, especially one year, you have at least 2 women who won in rock.
Yeah.
And they skip it. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? So this year, the nominations were Foo Fighters, AC/DC.
It's all legacy bands.
Yeah, it's like, are you serious? Like, when we're in 2022, like...
They had their shot 30 years ago.
Yeah, like it's time to, you know, mix it a little bit, you know? It's not about us or whatever. It's like so many hardworking musicians and women. Come on, it's time to change things up.
100%.
Sasha, really?
But yeah, no, 100%. I mean, yeah, the Grammys is not a good judge of what music is. I think they're slightly out of touch personally, but you know, I you're right. Like, this is why our podcast exists. Leah, tell them. This is why our podcast exists, because we're here and say, hey, guess what? There's a lot of women kicking ass in rock music, and you fucking need to know about them, because rock and roll was started by a female. So, you know, I think it's time to highlight that. But moving on from my soapbox, because we could stay on that quite a while. So since we're in the thick of 2022, you guys have any plans for new music, some shows coming up, new tours?
Yes.
Everything. Yeah. Yeah, we have a couple of shows in March. We are gonna do mostly in Texas.
Nice.
And we are actually working on some new music too, that hopefully we could maybe release a new album maybe end of 2022.
Yes.
Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. And well, with that, some new music video too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see it. Well, before I toss it to Leah, because we do have a lightning round of questions, where can the people find you?
If they want to actually communicate, I would say Instagram, because that's the only thing that we really respond to. We're everywhere because we have to, but we're really active on Instagram. Wouldn't you say, Coco?
Yeah, Instagram for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then the website for all of the updates. And it's Tarah with an H, WHO.
Sounds good. Leah, take it away.
All right. If you woke up tomorrow and could play any new instrument that you don't currently play without any studying, training, what would you want to be able to play?
Cello.
That's a hard one.
I love it though.
Yeah, I think piano. Yeah.
Both good choices. What was the last song you listened to?
Oh, actually, well, outside of the Riot Girl thing, just because I was studying it, Gary Clark Jr. Do you know?
No.
Yeah, I know. I just discovered, that sounds bad, but I kind of just discovered him too. Gary Clark Jr. Yeah, it's kind of like bluesy.
Ooh, nice.
Check him out.
Yeah.
It was Syra. It's a metal band from Sweden.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do love a Swedish metal band.
Sounds right up your alley, Bethan.
You're damn right. I'm adding that to it. I was getting my phone to write it down. Continue, Leah.
Coco is very, very metal, symphonic metal.
Yeah.
I love that.
Beth Ann's taking notes.
I absolutely sold.
What is the best snack to eat after performing a show?
The best what?
Snack.
Snack?
For a show?
After a show.
I think pizza.
Mm.
Is that
That's
kind of
pretty
a
good.
snack or
Yeah,
is it-
that's.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
Maybe.
never a bad time for pizza. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
true.
Yeah.
And then our last question is the question we ask everyone who comes on our show. If you were a breakfast cereal, what would you be and why?
I'm so bad at those questions. My mind doesn't work like this. Like I'm just what? So are you
We've heard literally every answer possible at this point, so like
like why would you
think I'll say a cinnamon crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
Good
I
call.
don't know, like it.
it's the best cereal.
Well, I'm just Special K with almonds.
Yes. That is the shit.
It's the
I
better
love-
Special K.
It is the best Special K. I rotate in this house between that one and Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds.
Mm-hmm.
They're good choices.
The red berries are just too bitter. They're not great. They get
Yeah.
soggy.
Yeah, they do get soggy. Well, this has been such a fun chat. Thank you guys so much for being on the podcast. We were so glad to have you.
Of course,
Thank you.
for having us. Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts if you enjoyed the show. Special thanks to Death of Fawn for our intro riff. You can visit our website at shieldrockyou.com. There you can find links to our socials, the show notes, and you can reach out to us and contact us. And remember, don't do drugs.